Hi, James Clements. This is the first video in the bid management case study, and we're going to talk about bid qualification. Before we even start talking about how to handle a bid once the bid documents have been received, I want to talk about the ongoing process you should have in place as part of your everyday proposal and marketing practices, and that is the bid qualification. Now, the primary objective of a bid qualification process is to take the tens or hundreds of business opportunities that come across your desk and put in place a process that filters out the bids that you would waste your time with and focus in on only the most winnable and profitable bids and those that align with your company's strategy and capabilities. Now let's look at this diagram, a typical sales funnel. Simply speaking, you have all of the many opportunities floating around in your market coming in at the top. The question then is, which ones do you bid? Which ones do you have a chance of winning, and which ones are you going to commit your scarce resources to? So as we identify opportunities, as they evolve, as we learn more about the client, the project, the likelihood the client will proceed, will he get funding, and so on, we need to be asking ourselves four primary questions. What is the opportunity? Does the client know what he wants? Has he bid this before? Is he just tire kicking? Do we understand what the client really wants? Then can we compete? Forget about price for a moment. We need to ask ourselves, have we, as a company, got what the client is looking for? How will the decision to award be made? Is this our normal line of work, and will we be perceived as a legitimate contender? Can we win? So once we've decided we could be a legitimate contender for the work, we need to be realistic about whether we can actually win. Putting forward a legitimate proposal is one thing, but our goal is to win. So we ask, can we compete on price, quality, schedule, and do we have a relationship with the client? And importantly, does someone else have a better relationship with the client that could exclude others? Finally, is it worth winning? There are two main criteria here. Is it the type of work that suits your organization's strategy? If you have decided to go after a certain type of work that might have a larger market or greater profits, you do not want to be wasting your time bidding low return work in dead markets. Finally, you need to understand whether the work will be profitable. Sometimes there are so many people bidding work, or the client is only interested in lower price, it might be better just to bow out and look for more profitable work. We are in the business of making profit. Unless there are no other work around, you are better chasing work where you can make money. Finally, the bid qualification process will culminate in a bid-no-bid decision, and it will be decided whether to commit the resources to bidding the project. If you have this process in place, you discard unwinnable or unprofitable opportunities along the way. It will make your decision making so much better and relieve your bid management workload. If you want to read more about bid-no-bid decisions, I've written a blog post previously, and the link is in the notes below. Now back to the case study. This project was flagged probably 3 to 4 years in advance of the tender through government policy statements and budget allocation. Whilst the decision to bid or not was pretty much a no-brainer, it was core work, it would be profitable, winnable, and these opportunities only came along every 5 years or so. The bigger concern was the capability of our company to perform the work. This is physically the largest ship ever built in Australia, so the primary concern was the capability of the company to put forward a credible proposal. Therefore, the majority of the bid qualification process was spent forming relationship with designers and builders of this type of ship, understanding what the client was thinking and adjusting to suit. The client, the Australian government, was very forthcoming in the sense they undertook their own design contest, down-selected to 2 preferred ships, and allowed the contractors to form relationships and chose who to partner with for the final tender. Next week we'll talk about setting up a bid management structure for your proposal. Don't forget you can subscribe to my YouTube channel to receive notification when these videos come out, or on my site where you'll receive emails about any articles or videos I do.